Hi guys, hope you're all okay. It's Chantel. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd show you some fragrances that I haven't worn for absolutely ages, but ones that I really enjoy. I've been sorting through like my fragrance cupboards and stuff. I'm sorting out a few that I'm going to get rid of, and I found so many that I absolutely love and I haven't worn for ages. So to sort of like shop my fragrance wardrobe type of video, and I think it's such a good way to rotate your fragrances. And do you know what, I'm gonna do this like once a month and change up like what fragrances I'm wearing, put fragrances away, get new ones out, and that way I think I'll rotate my fragrances a lot better than what I do already, because I just go to my cupboard and I pick one out on a daily basis. But there's loads like sitting at the back that I don't wear, and do you know what, the ones that I really love as well. So let's get into it. The first one is one that I got right at the start of start my YouTube channel, and it really reminds us of that time, and I love it so much, but I haven't worn it for ages. And I sprayed it on last night, and honestly it's so long lasting and it's just beautiful. It filled the house with a gorgeous rose scent. It's Elie Saab Essence #1 Rose. Now this is discontinued, but honestly this is just one I haven't been reaching for, and do you know what, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's like a really gothic, haunting sort of rose fragrance, which I absolutely love. It's quite deep, it's dark, but it really reminds me of like bright red velvety rose petals. It's got that sort of velvet vibe to it, but I think it's one of like the nicest rose fragrances in my collection. And do you know what, I put it on last night after my shower, and when I woke up this morning I could still smell it really strongly on my skin, and I just think it's stunning. So this is one that's going to go into my rotation, and I think I'll be wearing it a whole load. I think it's perfect for this time of the year as well. So Elie Saab Essence #1 Rose, beautiful. The next one is one of my absolute favourites, but I haven't worn it for, I'd say, like nearly a year. And I don't know why, because I've actually got a backup bottle of this fragrance, so I should be wearing it a whole load more. Again, it's a discontinued one, but it's Lavandes Trianon by Maison Lancome. Now I adore this fragrance. It's a gorgeous lavender fragrance, but it's got like a milky vibe to it. It's lactonic, and it's got a slight sort of metallic note to it, which I really enjoy. And I know that it puts quite a lot of people off, this one, but I just think it smells gorgeous. This one reminds me of like a hot milk, like a hot steamed milk with lavender on the top, or like having a lavender shortbread biscuit with a glass of hot steamed milk. It gives that sort of vibe, which I absolutely love. And this one is so comforting and relaxing to me. I just adore it. So this is another one that's going in my rotation, another one that's really long lasting, leaves a beautiful trail. I always just find it really cozy, and another one that's great for this time of the year. So Lavandes Trianon by Maison Lancome. Another Lancome fragrance that I haven't reached for quite a while is the Nuit Tresor, and this is the Folie version. Again, another one that's discontinued. There's quite a theme going on here. Do you know what it is? I think I like store all my discontinued fragrances and I hardly touch them, because I'm worried of using them up, which is stupid really. It's like ridiculous. I should be using them because I love them, and I suppose once they're gone and that's it. But yeah, this one is like a beautiful vanilla rose cupcake type of fragrance. It reminds us of like a vanilla and rose cupcake. It's just so beautiful. And do you know what, I've hardly worn this one at all, and when I first got it I adored it so much. But yeah, again, I think it's because it's discontinued. I've got this silly thing that I do and like hoard all the discontinued fragrances and never reach for them. But I'm going to start reaching for them because I want to wear fragrances that I love every single day. So yeah, Folie by Lancome. Love that one. Gonna be using that one a whole load. Then we've got one by Dior, and it's Hypnotic Poison. I can't actually remember the last time that I wore this one, but it used to be one of my absolute favourites. When I had like a smaller collection, it was one of my go-tos like for the winter time, if not like the main fragrance that I used to wear. And it's a beautiful nutty sort of almond fragrance. You've got like vanilla in there, and it gives me like a Play-Doh vibe. It really reminds me of Play-Doh. And I remember as a kid going into like the early learning centre in Newcastle, and I used to like go with my little brother. I was a little bit older, and there was always like loads of Play-Doh that you could play with, and I used to sit and play with the Play-Doh just for the smell of it, because I absolutely love the smell of Play-Doh, and this really gives me that Play-Doh vibe. And this is another one that I really enjoy. I think it's a fantastic fragrance for the winter time, and one that I'd really recommend as well. Dior Hypnotic Poison, gorgeous. Then we've got a Galan that used to be right at the top of my favourites, and I wore it quite a lot. It's like a bad girl type of fragrance, and do you know what, I haven't worn it for ages and I don't know why. It's Black Perfecto by Galan. Now this is like a biker chick fragrance. It really reminds me of a woman in leathers taking a helmet off and letting her hair flow. That sort of vibe I get from this fragrance. It's just beautiful. It's that cherry and leather combination that I absolutely love. I find it very sexy. It's like a nighttime fragrance in my opinion. It's dark, it's quite gothic, it's just beautiful. So yeah, Black Perfecto, gonna be putting this into rotation and probably reaching for this one quite a lot, especially this time of the year. I think it's perfect for. So that's Black Perfecto by Galan. It's a Le Petite Robe Noire line. Love it. One that I got last year, and when I got it I loved it, but I've never ever reached for it, and I don't know why. It's Love and Crime by Idolo, and when I smell it, I think it smells absolutely beautiful. It's a syrupy sort of vanilla. It's got like an orange vibe to it. It's like an orangey vanilla fragrance to me, and it's got that syrupy sort of smell to it, and it's long lasting. It's beautiful. I love me vanilla fragrances, and this is probably everything that I like in a vanilla fragrance. Long lasting, leaves a lovely trail. It's got that really cozy sort of vibe to it, but I don't know what it is, why I've never been reaching for it, but I'm gonna reach for it now. Give it really good testing out, because I've only worn it like a few times, and it really surprises us because I love the smell of it. I don't know what it is, but yeah, gonna be wearing this one a whole load. Idolo Love and Crime. these next three are actually all discontinued. This might as well have been like a discontinued fragrance video. I don't know what it is. I didn't even realise when I was picking them out that like majority of them have gone. But yeah, it just shows you like my mentality of hoarding discontinued fragrances and not wearing them. It's crazy, but I always seem to do it. But this one's Shiseido Zen, and this is the gold elixir. And this is another one that's got that sort of, I'd say, gothic vibe to it. It's like a rose fragrance. It smells oody to me, but don't think there's any oud in this one. There's honey in it. It's like a syrupy, sweet rose and honey fragrance. And it's one that I've worn quite a lot. I've worn it quite a lot, but I haven't reached for it for a while. And at the moment, I'm really loving like rose fragrances. I'm never usually a massive fan of rose, but I do like the dark sort of gothic, mysterious type of roses. And that's what this is. It gives off like an incensey vibe as well. And I really enjoy this one, so I'm putting this one into rotation. I think it's beautiful. So if you ever see this one, because I actually got this one in TK Maxx and I got it for such an affordable price. If you ever see it, honestly, pick it up if you like the sort of rose fragrances I like, because you'll definitely not regret it. It's beautiful. So yeah, Shiseido Zen Gold Elixir. Then we've got a Killian, and it's adults. Now, this has got one of my favourite notes. It's basically like a sandalwood fragrance, but I love sandalwood so much. I've got so many sandalwood fragrances, and every time I smell this one, I love the smell of it, but when I'm choosing a sandalwood fragrance, I don't necessarily go for this one, and I don't know why, because I really enjoy the smell of it. I think it's beautiful fragrance, but I'm definitely going to be wearing it a whole load more. Do you know what? With this one, whenever I have worn it, I've sort of worn it to bed. It smells like a sort of cozy sandalwood that I would wear to bed. But yeah, really like this one, and I need to wear it a whole load more. If I don't start wearing it, I think I'm going to sell it, because I never reach for it. But I'm going to put it into rotation, see how it goes, because I don't know what it is, but I do love the smell of it. So yeah, Killian Adults. Then we've got a Mugler, and this is the last one that I'm going to talk about today. This one I love the smell of. I love it so much, and I've hardly worn it, so I want to wear it because I think it's beautiful. It's Miroir de Majestés, and this one is like it gives me like an ambery sort of vibe. It smells like quite resiny, but it also has like a vintage vibe to it. It smells vintagey. It smells like a boss lady, in my opinion. It's just so beautiful, but I definitely get like a resinous sort of amber vibe from it. Maybe like a oody sort of feeling to it as well. But I just think it smells gorgeous. It's definitely got like a woody vibe to it. There's a little bit of a muskiness to it. But yeah, definitely smells vintagey. And I've heard so many people say that it smells like an old lady fragrance. Now, I don't like that term. I really don't, because it smells vintage. It does smell. It's got a vintage vibe to it. And I just think it's so beautiful. It really is. So yeah, I'm going to be wearing this one as well. And I think that's like a really good lineup for January. I think they all work really nicely in this sort of cold weather that we're having. And I think they're perfect for this time of the year. So I'm really looking forward to wearing them. I probably still will be wearing like a few of my new ones that I've done in my last video, because when I get new fragrances, I just love to wear them. I really enjoy like getting new fragrances all the time. But I'm gonna lay off buying for a few months, I think, because it can just get overwhelming. My collection's quite overwhelming now. I've got quite a few. As I said, I'm gonna declutter some and give some away, and I just want to like shop what I've got, because it honestly, some of these feel like new fragrances because I haven't worn them for that long, and that's a good thing about doing this. If you've got quite a size collection, I think this is a really good way of getting through your fragrances and rotating them and using them all and loving them all. And that's what I want to do this year. I'm going to really concentrate on my collection, getting it to like only fragrances that I absolutely love, because that would be my ideal. I hate like the thought of wasting fragrances or fragrances just sitting there. So yeah, but I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I've been talking too much, so give us a big thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I'll see you all very soon on the next one. Bye.